So we back with another video, man. Today we got y'all boys with a special video. Today, the new season of 2K just dropped. I'm gonna be honest, the rewards don't look crazy. I looked at the rewards and recorded it before I did this intro, made the rest of this video. But yeah, I'm gonna be real, man. The rewards don't look that crazy, another season. But hey, I ain't gonna lie, a lot of stuff is coming this season, man. I'm gonna be honest. NCAA drop, I'm very excited for that. We'll be posting that on the channel. So if y'all do want that, make sure to stay tuned. But today we're gonna be giving y'all the best animations for season 8. This is pretty much the last season. They got one more season. I thought it was gonna be the last season, but obviously it's not. So yeah, if you guys want more, like the video, subscribe, all that good stuff out the way. Let's hop into it. Alright, so I ain't seen nothing about this season and how it's gonna work. So I wanna see the rewards. First things first, let's hop into it. I almost accidentally spoiled it for myself, but without putting it in the video. But level 1, you get a ski mask if you get the little premium. Premium, you gotta pay the extra money. You don't gotta do that. Dennis Rodman. Not looking like much for the free park stuff, I'm gonna be honest. I thought this was gonna be the last season because when you look at the little thing with all the seasons on it, it only says season 8. But I'm guessing we're getting a season 9, bro, because this is not every good reward from the year. So I think I would have been smart to do this season, to be honest. But you get mascots at 20, floor setter at 21, Goku hairstyle at 25. I've never been a big fan of the ball drill. I guess you get your little seasonal vehicle thing at level 30, I guess. It don't look that bad for my team, I'm gonna be honest. Y'all getting some pretty interesting cards, but Team USA, Dream Team, Redeem Team, and this year's Team USA jerseys. Okay, that's cool. I'm gonna be honest, that's kind of cool. Are they all Kobe, or do you get to choose? Or is it random player, or is it like your player? That's what I'll be interested in. Okay. And you get like the cosmetic at 39. Okay. They actually, bro, my teammates seem like they went crazy for y'all boys, but alright. And don't really say when this season end though. Let's go look at the animations. Last season, in my opinion, was kind of a letdown with just Jordan Poole. Let's see what it is. Donovan Mitchell. It looked like Damian Lillard, to be honest. Am I tripping? That looked like Damian Lillard from previous 2Ks. I don't know what Damian Lillard looked like in this 2K. I know they got the little 2K Pro Play that they was advertising, but a lot of the jump shots do seem similar to previous 2Ks. But okay, so I'm guessing it's the Donovan Mitchell season. Let's see what his layup looking like. Oh, you can use this if you're under 6'10". That's tough. Even though he like 6'1". Layup package don't look that crazy though, I will say that. But let's see. Hey, he actually had a solid dribble pull-up last year. It was like good for pull-ups, not that much fades. It looks straight, I'm not gonna lie. Do he have hop jumper? Donovan Mitchell be spamming that step back. And he be killing with that, I'm not gonna lie. It looks solid, I'm not gonna lie. This actually looks solid. Okay, no spin jumper. Let's see his size. Let's see what they talking about dribble moves wise. Looks solid, I'm not gonna lie. And you can use it if you're under 6'10", so that's a W, I'm gonna be honest. It's not just for small guards, even though he a small guard. I wish the hop jumper was for everybody. Well, not everybody, but big guard, small guard. That would've been tough. That's actually not bad, but it's not the best either. But I don't know if I've ever seen bro do that in the game, but shout out to D Mitch. This joint doesn't even have a height requirement. It's like his crossover moves into like a blowout dribble move instant. All right, and that's all the stuff that we got new. I ain't gonna lie, 2K. This don't look crazy, bro. I'm gonna be honest. But we're gonna get into it. We're gonna give you the best animations. Y'all gonna be the lead this video with the best animations. Let's hop into it. Let's go! Alright, so first things first is going to be the shot timing visual cues. So instead of me explaining how they work, I'm gonna actually throw in what Mike Wang says of how they work.
Jump is the point where your player's toes leave the floor. Set point is when the ball is raised up above the head before the shooting motion begins. Push, which is the default setting, is when the shooting motion is underway and the ball is being pushed forward. And release is the point just before the ball leaves the shooter's hand.
Alright, so with that being said, the shot timing visual cue I personally use is set point for majority of my jump shots. So I blend my releases to be able to use set point. Now, I'm gonna go over certain things based off how I use, but if you guys are struggling to get like contested, if you like getting contested more than you want to get contested, I'm gonna give you guys the best releases for that to speed your jump shot up. I'm gonna give you the best releases for that, all that in this video, so just stay tuned. All right, so I've been into the guards. Now, first things first, I just want this to be understood. I'm gonna give y'all the best. Simple as that. When I'm saying the best, it's pretty much popular, all that stuff involved, but also what I like. Now, want to make y'all understand this. I cannot stress this enough. The jump shots are gonna be, the bases are gonna be the best. The release is gonna be literally determined on what shot visual cue you use. So if you are using jump, if you are using release, if you are using push, use the Oscars, use the Darius Garlands, use the Stephen Curry releases, all that. But I use set point, so I'm gonna do different releases. So I'm gonna tell y'all the releases I'm gonna use. Now I know people gonna skip and they're gonna be like, bro, but I just told y'all the best releases for all these other like different shot visual cues. But let's hop into the base. Now, first things first, when it comes to the guards, the best base in the game is Patty Mills. To get Patty Mills, it is locked behind starter 3. In my opinion, the next best base in the game for guards is going to be Jalen Brunson. Shout out to Jalen Brunson. He was hooping in the regular season. He was hooping even harder in the playoffs. He broke his hand. It is what it is. But in 2K, his jump shot is green bean. Simple as that. Now, when it comes to releases, like I said, if you're using jump, if you're using push, if you're using release, this is not going to matter as much to you. Like, you just gonna put on the fast release possible that's gonna help your shot attributes. So I think Oscar is the best one. Stephen Curry, Darius Garland is another good one. You probably can still use Tony Parker, but these are the ones I use with it. So I got Tony Parker as my release 1. Then for my release 2, I'm gonna go with Stephen Curry. Now, if I didn't care about set point, I'd probably go Stephen Curry release 1, Oscar release 2. That's probably what I would do. And this is going to make it as fast as possible. Now, release speed, I'm going to go very quick every single time. I'm going to go as fast as possible every single time. Now, with that being said, you probably want to blend this. You can do release speed whatever you want. Because for y'all, it's going to be more so based off of different things. But I would just make my jump shot as fast as possible, especially for a small guard because you are undersized. To go alongside that, you got the animation blending. You want to lower this to pretty much, not lower it, you want to blend this towards whichever one you really prefer. For set point, I prefer blending it to the slower one because it makes it more pronounced, my shot visual cue. But if you are a jump, release, push, shot visual cue user, you're going to blend this probably more to Oscar Robertson. And I think that's the best release in the game for every other shot visual cue. But this is the jump shot I use for my small guard. This is green bean. You can hit contestants with this. You can hit deep shots with this. You can hit all different types. And it's not going to change too much. It's going to be pretty much constant. Whether you're doing off the catch, whether you're doing off the dribble, whether you're doing quick stops. It don't really matter. And that's why I like this jump shot so much. But like I said, if you are starter 3 and up, the best one for guards is Patty Mills. But for everybody else, I would just say Jalen Brunson. All right. So when it comes to the big man jump shots, the 6'10s and up, there's one thing that kind of holds y'all back. Y'all don't really get nearly as many options as the guards. Y'all don't even get as many options as the swings. And y'all speed is a lot slower. But the benefits to being a big is your height. And a lot of people that you're going to go with don't really have high perimeter defense. So that's going to be the two things that you kind of got to really focus on. the people that's gonna be guarding you aren't gonna be able to get good contests, and it's gonna be a lot harder to contest you in general because you're taller in general. So let's hop into it. So when it comes to the best big man jump shots, we gotta understand the bases don't really affect too much on the shot visual cue. It's more so the releases, but at the same time, you do want to focus on having the best releases possible. So in my opinion, I have a different way of going about the bigs than I do the guards, because the bigs, you can't really have that fast of a jump shot. So I'm gonna try to speed these up as fast as I possibly can. So first things first is the base. Now the base, you can go with a lot of different bases. There's no, in my opinion, for sure best base in the game, but I think the most consistent one for most people, I would say this year, is Jonathan Isaac. Jonathan Isaac is, in my opinion, the most consistent base. Now there's some other solid bases. You got the Michael Porter Jr., you got the David Robinson, you got a lot of other bases, but in my opinion, I think Jonathan Isaac is the most consistent base in the game. Now, next, see, if we're going to speed this up, I think we got to go with one of the best releases in the game for big men for speeding up and making it a better jump shot, and that's going to be Jaren Jackson, wherever the Jays are. Jaren Jackson Jr. And in my opinion, he just does a really good job of speeding it up where you can't go anything further normal speed. Now, after that, it's going to be all depending on what shot visual cue you use. Now, I use set point, so I personally probably would use Larry Bird, and that would be what I do. Now, for bigs, it's just gonna slow it too much. So I'm gonna blend this more so to Jaren Jackson for now, just so that I don't even get it confused. But even if I blend it to Larry Bird, it's gonna slow it down too much for me. So Larry Bird is a good one for me, but for most people, they don't really mess with it. So I'm gonna actually give y'all a different release for this video, and I'm gonna blend it. I'm gonna put LaMarcus Aldridge. I think LaMarcus Aldridge is really the better release for the majority people. So I would say Jonathan Isaac, Jaren Jackson, LaMarcus Aldridge with normal 75-25, in my opinion, is the best big man jump shot in the game. Now, the thing is, it does take an 83 jump shot to use this. I will say that. It does take that. But if you can get that on your build, you're going to be shooting green lights. All right, and last, but certainly not least, the one I'm the most understanding about, the swings. Now, when it comes to the swings, y'all have a lot of different bases in the game. Now, my two favorite ones I use because of the certain ratings I usually have on my builds. But today we're going to be going over the best jump shot in the game. So, when it comes to the swings, like I said for the guards, like I said for the bigs, everything on this game in terms of time of your jump shot is based off the shot visual cue. But with that being said, the base is not too much of a problem. You can use really the best bases in the game no matter what shot visual cue. What comes down to making the shot visual cue easier and stuff like that is going to be the releases. So get that understood. So the best base in the game, the base that everybody pretty much makes their builds to be able to have when they're making swings, is Tracy McGrady. And that's just what it is. I'm not a big Tracy McGrady guy. I've been testing it a little bit more to get a little bit more like familiarity with it, because I'm not gonna lie, the reason why a lot of people love using it is not just because it's green bean, but it's one of the hardest jump shots in the game to contest. So if somebody's closing out to you, somebody's jumping at you and stuff like that, you're gonna get a lot more opens with this jump shot than you would with pretty much any of the other jump shots. Now, I think Taurean Prince is another one that's like that, but Tracy McGrady is another level of that. Now, do I think Taurean Prince is the best one for getting greens? Yes, but when it comes to getting greens and never really getting contested, Tracy McGrady is the one for you. And that doesn't matter if you're 6'5", or 6'6", where you can go to very quick, or if you're 6'7" and up and you can only go to quick. Now, with that being said, the releases. Now, this is where it kind of comes down to be a little different. I go Brandon Podziemski and Larry Bird, but that's why I never really liked Tracy McGrady, is what I'm learning. And that's because I use set point. If you're using release, push, jump, you don't really want to use those two releases because you want to speed it up as much as possible. So this is what I'll say. The release that you want to use, the secondary release, you're going to put it to you're gonna put it to Oscar Robertson, wherever he is, Oscar Robertson. And when it comes to this, you're gonna blend it, make it as fast as possible. I think a lot of people actually just stop here at quick, no matter what they are, whether they're 6'7", whether they're 6'6" and under, it doesn't really matter. I think a lot of people just stop at a notch below either way for a lot of them. So that is a thing. But I go with max speed every single time. And that may not be as necessary with T-Mac because the contest is gonna be a lot less consistent because you're gonna get contested less. But that's what we're doing for today's video. And then you wanna go max speed. Now, if you do feel like this is too fast, by all means, bump it a notch down. Now, for the release one, the release one is honestly the really most important part. I'm gonna be honest. You wanna get this release one right. If you get it wrong, you gonna mess up the jump shot. It's simple as that. Now, me personally, I think Brandon Podziemski is the best release one in the game. That's me. Whoever bro is. Oh, okay. Brandon Podziemski. But with that being said, there's also some other solid releases in the game. Scottie Pippen is a really good release in the game. MPJ is a really good release in the game. But the release I'm going to use for today's video, it's actually not going to be either one of those. It's going to be Kobe Bryant. Now, this is the jump shot I think is the best jump shot in the game if we talking about the best overall. Alright, now going with Kobe Bryant, you are going to need an 89. Now, my build I currently have don't even really get that. Now, if you want another one that is an 89 that's as good as Kobe Bryant, Kyle Korver is another great release. But if you just want to be able to have something just to be able to put it on and be able to get the best all-around jump shot no matter what visual cue, in my opinion, the best balance of everything where it's not going to be too fast, it's going to have the best everything, Michael Jordan. I think Michael Jordan got the best upper release one for Oscar Robertson. It's either going to be Michael Jordan for me or Brandon Podziemski. That's really what I'll say. And you always going to blend it like this where it's going more so to Oscar Robertson. And this is my opinion, is the best jump shot for swings. Now, obviously, this is not the one I mainly use. I use the Torian Prince, I use the Brandon Podziemski, I use the Larry Bird, and I blend that 75-25 towards Brandon Podziemski. But for this video purpose, we trying to give y'all the best jump shots in the game, and we're going to be blending it more so to Oscar Robertson. We're going to go max speed. If you do need to go a notch down, I think a lot more people do go a notch down on swings more than pretty much any other build, and that's pretty much the jump shot I would personally recommend. All right, next is the dribble pull-ups. When it comes to dribble pull-ups, you got a lot you got to really look at. Bradley build is really good for the small guards, but you also can use Pro 2. Some other solid ones for the small guards. If you can get Trae Young and you start a 3, go ahead, put that joint on. Nate Robinson is another solid one for the small guards, but besides that, those are the ones I personally recommend the most. The one I like using the most is Ben McLemore, but I don't think people like using it as much as I like using it, so that's what I'll say. Now, when it comes to swings, Pro 2 is another very good option. Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan, D-Book is actually something I've been testing a lot more because people have been saying it's good. It's cool. It's cool. It's just something I probably have to get used to using because I've been using Kobe Bryant all year and it's been so natural for me. But D-Book actually is pretty smooth. I'll say that. But yeah, I would really personally say Kobe Bryant, Pro 2, Michael Jordan. It's some other solid ones. Like if you don't want to get, when you get bad catches and you want like your fade to be naturally a jump shot, I think Duncan Robinson and Clay are solid if you're not really actually forcing yourself to fade and you just basing it off of when you get a catch and you want it to be smooth, strictly just like your jump shot. I think Clay and Duncan Robinson are really good ones. But if we're not talking about that, let's just move on. When it comes to bigs, if you start a 3, Bam is not a bad one. KD is not a bad one. You got Dirk, but you really got the normals. You got the basics, and that's just really what it is. And yeah, that's the dribble pull-ups. Best dribble pull-ups in the game. Next is the spin jumpers. Spin jumpers, in my opinion, man, I think Pro is the best one. If you're not doing spins a lot, do this. If you're just doing it to catch somebody off guard, you're getting clamped, you need something to get off late in the shot clock, Pro is the best one. If you're really a shot creator for real, you do this for real, you gonna use spin jumpers a lot, I think normal is very good. If you are a small guard, the by far best one is De'Aaron Fox. If you are a big, I would have to say Dirk is another solid one. I don't think you can actually even use, you can use Pro if you're big, but I don't think it will actually show it for you if you're big. So I would probably say Dirk. I think you actually do get KD. Yeah, you do get KD if you're a big. KD is okay. It's not crazy though. I'll say that. And that's the best spin jumpers in the game, in my opinion. Next is the hop jumpers. When it comes to the hop jumpers, man, it's a lot you gotta really worry about. I ain't gonna lie. I think Donovan Mitchell, the new one that they dropped this season, is really solid. But I've been using Pro 2 a lot more lately for swings and stuff like that. I just think the swings, y'all don't got much to work with. I think there's just some solid ones like Harrison Barnes. D Book is cool. It's some solid ones, but nothing crazy. I think the guards have the best one. Davion Mitchell is the best one in the entire game, in my opinion. Simple as that. If you're not putting this on, I would say Trae Young. If you're not putting Trae Young on, then Nate Robinson. And then I would just say, man, you can go with a lot of different ones. But I would just say Davion Mitchell. Alright, come on. Just throw on Davion Mitchell. You should be chilling. When it comes to bigs, Jokic, Dirk Nowitzki, those are two really, really good ones. I think that those two are really better than anyone you can really get on a swing. And that's simple as that. So, yeah, that's what I'll say for the hop jumpers. It really depends on how you play and what you want. But, yeah, that's what I say in terms of hop jumpers in this game. All right, hopping into it. Dribble moves. Best dribble moves. First things first, you got to start off with the dribble styles every single time. Pro, in my opinion, has been my favorite one all year. The fastest one is Kyrie Irving. You got some other solid ones, Stephen Curry, Kobe Bryant, John Morant. But in my opinion, the two best ones in the game is Kyrie, Pro. They nerfed Magic Johnson to the ground, but I think that's another viable one. Zach LaVine is another viable one. But I would personally just go ahead and use Pro, Kyrie Irving. If you're a small guard, Kyrie Irving. Anything else, I would use Pro. And that's pretty much what it is. Next is signature size up. If you're a small guard, in my opinion, it's only really three you got to really worry about. Steve Francis, Derrick Rose, and Trae Young. Those are the three. Steve Francis is the most popular one. Trae Young is right behind it, but me personally, my personal favorite is Derrick Rose. Now, if you're a swing, it's a couple you can use. You can use Dwayne Wade. You can use Jamal Murray, John Morant. You can use Tracy McGrady. You can use De'Aaron Fox. Those are the ones I personally would use. If you're a bigger guy, I think Luka Doncic, Rajon Rondo, Kawhi are the best ones. But you also could just use Pro. That's another option. But yeah, I'm gonna be honest. Signature size up is cool, but in this game, bro, you dribble right in front of somebody, you're getting your shit took. It's getting took. So yeah, that's all I'll say. Next is the regular breakdown combo, man. The best regular breakdown combo in the game, in my opinion, all year has been De'Aaron Fox. If you can't use De'Aaron Fox, I just use Pro, but I would just use De'Aaron Fox. It's 80 and under, 6'10". Even if you're a small guard, I'm using this. Simple as that. Aggressive breakdown combo. Kobe Bryant, in my opinion, is the best one. If you can't use Kobe, I go Red for Austin. I go John Morant. Those are just the ones I would say. But Kobe, in my opinion, is the best one. You can use just to get off easy threes, size somebody up, and just pull. These are rhythm dribbles, but aggressive, pretty much. All right, next is the escape moves. In my opinion, the best escape moves in the game is Kemba. I like Trae Young as much. De'Aaron Fox is good, but those are the two best ones in my opinion, Kemba or Trae Young. Now, like I said, after that, I would probably go to like the De'Aaron Foxes, the Kyrie Irvings, the Damian Lillards. After that tier, in my opinion, you're going to be going to Kevin Durant. And if you can't get Kevin Durant, good luck at that point. But another one that's really kind of on the same tier as Kevin Durant, I would have to say is Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler is another solid one. But yeah, you can use Kevin Durant even on bigs. So that's what I'll say. But yeah, that's the best escape dribble moves in the game. Kemba and Trae are for the best of the best. The next tier, you're going to have some for small guards, but you can actually use De'Aaron Fox on 6'6" too. So, yeah. And then Kevin Durant is the last tier I would really use, personally. Next is combo dribble moves. In my opinion, the best one is De'Aaron Fox. They added Jordan Poole last season. That was pretty solid. Stephen Curry is solid too, but I think De'Aaron Fox is the best one. Personally, from just use. Steph Curry is actually really, really good too, though. Now, let's get into moves that you really are going to use on a regular day basis. John Wall, by far, in my opinion, the best crossover. I know they added D. Mitch, but John Wall is the best crossover in the game. Simple as that. Not really much else to talk about. Next is the behind the back, in my opinion. We went over this multiple times. De'Aaron Fox is the best moving behind the back. The best escape behind the back is Jamal Murray. But if you want the best of both worlds, you're going to go with DeMar DeRozan and Tyrese Halliburton. In my opinion, DeMar DeRozan has a better escape behind the back compared to the Tyrese Halliburton. But the Tyrese Halliburton has a better moving behind the back than the DeMar DeRozan. So it really is a preference. At the end of the day, you have two that's really balanced in DeMar DeRozan and Tyrese Halliburton. You have one for the moving behind the back strictly, but the escape is pretty bad. And then you have Jamal Murray with the behind the back, stand still, explosive. It's way better than the moving, and the moving is not that good. Simple as that. So yeah, behind the back, that's the ones I would really recommend. But these are all something you can use in some aptitude. Next is the spin. I use Kobe. I'm gonna be honest, I don't use spin that much though. These ain't getting used too much. I like Kobe because he goes between the legs when you do a spin sometimes. Jimmy, all these you see I've tried and tested. I just don't like doing the spin that much this year. But Steve Nash, I believe, is popular. Penny Hardaway, I believe, is popular. But those are the ones I would personally recommend. Next is the Hezzy, another drill move I use a lot. The Hezzy, man, I'm gonna be honest. Ja Morant Hezzy is so good, man. You can use this to create anything for you. If you're running 5 out, you can run pick and roll with this and get an open bro. If you can fade, this is gonna be buckets. Simple, man. Put this with the crossover, put this with the step back, put this with anything, you're gonna be straight. Telling you, step back, John Wall, best one in the game by far. I believe Chris Paul is another one that's similar. It has the hot back, it has a pullback, but it's just not as good as a pullback as John Wall, in my opinion. Then you have Steph Curry that also has the little pullback, but the hot back is not as good, in my opinion, as John Wall. But some people may like this one better because it doesn't create as much space, but it's much more in rhythm. But I don't know. But yeah, John Wall, in my opinion, is the best one, and let's just leave it at that. Steph Curry, you can only use it on small guards. Chris Paul is cool, but the pullback is not as good, in my opinion. So that's what I'll say. Triple threat style, man. If you start at 3, MJ, simple. But if you're can't get MJ, these are the ones I've used all throughout the year. They're not that good. I'll say that right now. They're not that good. They're just all mid, in my opinion. All right, pass styles. When it comes to the best pass styles in the game, in my opinion, it depends on what you're going for. LaMelo Ball, Tyrese Halliburton, fastest one in the game. But if you're talking about when it's out your hands, Magic Johnson, in my opinion, is the fastest one in the game. Because when it comes from the tip of your hand, when it's leaving the tip of your hand to getting to the receiver, in my opinion, Magic Johnson is the best one. But in terms of getting the ball out of your hands and how fast it is once it's out your hands, I would say Tyrese Halliburton and LaMelo. LeBron got nerfed to the ground this year, in my opinion, and those are the ones I personally would recommend. None is actually really good though. So yeah, simple as that. Trae Young is another solid one. De'Aaron Fox is a solid one, and those are the pass styles I would personally recommend at the different little price points that you can get them at. All right, is the dunk packages. Now, when it comes to the dunk packages, we gotta go over the one-hand dunk packages first. In my opinion, you got a couple of different ones you can go over. I think you got the uber athletic tomahawks off 1. You got the athletic one-handers off 1, but the athletic one-handers off 1 are not as good as the uber athletic tomahawks off 1, because if we talk about the limitless takeoff factor of it, I'm going with the uber athletic tomahawks off 1. Another one that's really good is Scottie Pippen. But again, if you're talking about the limitless takeoff factor, yes, it's really good, but it's very slow. So it's actually one of the easier dunk packages in the game to take people out of. So the ones I would personally recommend the most is LeBron and the uber athletic tomahawks off 1. Those are the 2 best ones, in my opinion, in the game for one-hand dunk packages. Now, when it comes to 2-hand dunk packages, these are ones I personally recommend. Quick drop-in back scratchers off 2. You got some of these athletic hangs. Maybe it's off 2. Maybe it could be off 1. But you really got the ones that you get a starter 3 when it comes to the front clutches off 1. And then when it comes to the quick drops off 1. Those are the only ones I would personally say actually competes with the quick drop-in back scratchers off 2. Simple. Now, when it comes to content dunks in this game, I'ma just say this, man. Put on as many as you can. If you want more variety of content dunks, or unless you probably gonna be getting the same content dunk every single time, because a lot of people that you play gonna be in the same position, and a lot of times you just gonna find yourself coming from the same way, because that's just how people defend people in this game. They don't really change up stuff. So that's what I would say. Put in as many as you can. But if you want the freakiest ones, put on just elites. Simple as that. You're gonna get some crazy animations almost every single time. But it's just gonna be a lot less variance in terms of the different ones you get, but you will get a lot better ones a lot more frequently. That's what I'll say. But if you just want to get more content dunks more frequently, put on as many content dunks as you can. Simple as that. Now, standing dunks, in my opinion, the best ones is 2-hand under basket regular. Pro under basket rim pulls is really good. Even the 2-hand under basket athletic is really solid. So I would say this, big man content, not big man content up. Well, yeah, big man content up is really just putting on as many as you can. If you get the elite and some pro, put on both. If you get the pro, put on the pro. If you get the elite, put on both. Simple as that. But when it comes to these standing dunks, it's really particular in how you want to play. Do you want the quickest, fastest? Do you want to go for just having more variety? I would just say if you go for more variety, personally, I would go pro under basket rim pulls and two-hand. But if you really want to talk about some other ones that's really good for the big men, I would have to say Dwight Howard, and I would have to say Ben Simmons are also some really, really good big man animations for dunks. Simple as that. Now, when it comes to alley big man, I would just say use pro. That's what pro is really for. More so bigs, maybe locks that do standing dunks. But elite Zion is what I really like to run if I'm not on a big or a lock. Then I run the contact dunks for however many of these you can, because you don't really have as much control over these as you do as a big man contact dunk or driving contact dunk from guards, because you can't really do dunk meter. You have to really be particular of who's throwing it to you and stuff like that. Now, the person that's throwing it to you can control it, but a lot of people don't know how to control it. So that's why I would just put on as many as you possibly can. Simple as that. All right, now let's get into the layups. Now I've tested these layup again. Now I could make another video for the layup packages where I'm ranking every layup, because I have a build with a 99 layup. 99 layup is really wild on this game. I'm gonna be honest. That's all I'm gonna say. But yeah, layups. I'm gonna be honest. This is how I would say it. If you're a guard, Trae Young, floaters are just ridiculous on this game. It just is what it is. Floaters are ridiculous. So I would say Trae Young or De'Aaron Fox. De'Aaron Fox fit me a little bit more because I'm not just a floater guy. I want to do scoops. I want to do floaters, but I also want to get to the rim. And this has everything in one, in my opinion. This is like the long athlete for guards. But Trae Young is super OP, so a lot of people love it. And I understand it because it probably is the more OP one. Swings, I think it's really tough. I think Michael Jordan is the best one for swings, personally, in my experience of playing. But Kobe, in my opinion, just greens the most. That's what I would say. Jimmy Butler is also really good. Ant is also really good. But I think Michael Jordan is the best one. People said LeBron. I don't know what y'all on with the LeBron, bro. I'm going to be honest, bro. I tried that joint. I just get blocked a lot. And I have less control over what I want to do for real when I'm going to the rim. So, yeah, I don't really like LeBron. And if you're big, people was telling me Jokic is pretty much the Trae Young of bigs. It's pretty good. I still think Sabonis is better, but Jokic is still really good. So I'll give y'all that. I was tweaking on Jokic, but I wasn't really just focusing on the one aspect. So Jokic is really good. But Giannis, in my opinion, is still the best one. I don't care what you say on that one. Long athlete. This is long athlete. Long athlete is the best layup in the entire game. Only bigs can get it. Julius Randle is still really good to me. It's literally for the people that have bully, though. If you don't have bully, do not put it on. It's simple as that. If you're not using bully, do not use Julius Randle. That's the layups I would personally recommend. Simple as that. Alright, so when it comes to motion styles, I'm going to be honest. This is kind of a weird one. In my opinion, the best one I've used is Dennis Rodman, Andre Iguodala, and Kawhi. Those are the best ones I've used. Elite was also good, but at the time, I was using my dunk build. I didn't like it. It was too stiff. Now, there's a couple different ones. In the last one I did of this, I told y'all, put in the comments down below what y'all think are the best ones in the game. Elite motion style was one somebody said. Another one somebody said was Pascal Siakam for bigs. Now, this is what I'll say is, if you're big, I personally would run Justice Winslow. That's what I would run. If you're a swing, I'm going Dennis Rodman or Iguodala. Those are the two I would run. If you're a guard, I'm going Stephen Curry or De'Aaron Fox. Those are what I would run. Pascal Siakam, I don't know if I trust too much, but Iguodala, Rodman, Justice Winslow, I think I've heard some people say Draymond Green as well, but De'Aaron Fox and Stephen Curry. And those are the only ones I personally recommend. I ain't gonna lie. 2K took the Let Your Nets Hang Out, so I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. But nah, I ain't gonna lie. 2K on some real. Hey, I don't know what's going on, bro. Y'all blocking me from getting my Michael Jordan triple threat style until I hit starter 3. I switched affiliations. I'm not playing the game enough to be starter 3 twice, gang. It just is what it is. But the Let Your Nets Hang not being in the game the past like 3 2Ks, I'm gonna be honest, bro. What's going on? Yeah, we gotta have a conversation. It's getting a little wild. It's getting a little wicked. That's all I'm gonna say. And then when it comes to the best 3-point celebrations, in my opinion, you got the think about it where you green, think about it. And then you got this one tough, I ain't gonna lie. Like hitting that joint and then shimmying instantly is just funny as hell. I don't know what it is. It looks hard as hell in the clips and everything. So yeah, this is one I would say is the best one in the game. But yeah, that's gonna be the end of this video. If you guys want more videos like this, I will be doing a jump shot dedicated video, going over everything in that video. Jump shots has been really interesting because of the way they did the visual cues. So people was like, bro, if you're gonna give me a jump shot, you gotta tell me the visual cue. I put it in the video every single time, but we're gonna have to do a breakdown for y'all boys, cause I ain't gonna lie. I put the whole developer breakdown in the video. People don't look at it, they skip to the jump shot. I put multiple jump shots in the video. People don't look at all the jump shots. They skip to one specific part and they try to use it and it don't work for them without listening to what I say. That ain't my fault. So we're gonna drop a full dedicated jump shot video breaking down all the things. If you can't shoot on this game, I don't know what to tell you, bro. I'm gonna be honest. I'll take multiple breaks on this game. I'll come back right, come back straight. But yeah, that's just what it is. I'm not gonna rant. Just what it is. If you haven't already watched the wish list video, I put a lot of gems on there. 2K, I'm talking to you. If you haven't seen the ant build, I ain't gonna lie. Time we recording this video, they forced the game 7. They beat them boys by like 50. It's crazy. But yeah, subscribe to the backup channels. I've been going crazy on there. Be in tune on the main channel because it's gonna be a flood. Come June when we start getting the Elden Rings, the NCAA, do not be surprised if we start mixing it up. That's all I'm gonna say. But yeah, if you guys do want more videos like this, subscribe, like the video, turn the post, gives you the first of all the videos. Share this video to anybody you think will help or enjoy. Without further ado, man, it's your boy Fitz. I'm out of here, man.
All of my friends are dead, leave them in the cold, put them in the tundra. I go Ray Charles, how can I see her? I make her fumble. I was just in Texas with Aaliyah, pussy in the jungle.
Tell them to bring me my money.
Yeah! I ain't gonna lie, 2K took the Let Your Nets hang out, so I got the, I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. But nah, I ain't gonna lie, 2K on some real, hey, I don't know what's going on, bro. Y'all blocking me from getting my Michael Jordan triple threat style until I hit starter 3. I switched affiliations. I'm not playing the game enough to be starter 3 twice, gang. It just is what it is. But the Let Your Nets hang not being in the game the past like 3 2Ks, I'm gonna be honest, bro. What's going on? Yeah, we gotta have a conversation. It's getting a little wild. It's getting a little wicked. That's all I'm gonna say.